Hey. Hello there. Welcome to another episode of the Rich Buddy Live Show. Thank you for joining. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a wonderful comment down below. What's going on? We're about shy of 6 a.m. here on the West Coast. Kicked in the new year about 6 hours ago. So, there's one watch on this screen that beats out all other watches. I can't believe that even my holy grail, that Chronometra Blue, is being one-upped in this photo. Unreal. That's my holy grail. That's my ultimate holy grail piece in the upper left corner there. There's no question that's my holy grail piece, and nothing will ever be above that. If one of you were to get a watch and that was on your list, it would be your holy grail piece. If you had a watch that you think is a holy grail, that is your holy grail, and you compared it to my holy grail right here, this is a real holy grail. Yours might not be. If you're just looking at like a solid gold platinum Daytona, or a solid platinum Daytona or a solid gold green Daytona, if that's your grail, more power to you, but those are easy to get. I think the first the toughest obstacle in a grail piece is obtaining it. The second hardest piece would be affording it. I think those are the two grail factors in a grail piece. How hard is it to get, and how unaffordable it is to yourself. But the hard to get factor minuscules the dollar factor to where the dollar factor is nothing, can be not even a factor, like in that Chronometra Blue. And that is the most desired watch in the world. So how can it not be the ultimate grail? It's an application piece, 8-year application piece. How could that not be the ultimate holy grail? But what I'm saying, it's crazy that this watch just shits all over it, to be honest. I mean, this watch just makes my holy grail look like a monk. This is unfreaking real. This one here. And then another thing is, I mean, you're not going to you're not going to make a holy grail something that's unrealistic. So this piece to me is unrealistic. I think, yeah, see, $275,000. So your grail has to be within your reach too. I personally could never afford a $275,000 watch. So I'd want this to be a holy grail for myself, but it wouldn't, realistically, it would never be. So I can't put this on my list, even though there's no doubt in my mind this is this is probably the prettiest watch ever made. Now I know I've always claimed that the Audemars Piguet, I've always claimed that the Audemars Piguet's salmon dial, white gold with the salmon dial, I've always claimed that to be the prettiest watch in the world. This one's prettier for sure. Too expensive to put on my list, even as a grail. And I'm lucky and fortunate that my grail is actually an inexpensive piece. That's where luck and fate and fortune just happen to play. That it's not a $100,000 watch that I have to buy. You know what I mean? I mean, even if that watch was a $100,000 watch and the aftermarket was 200 grand, it would still be hard to afford a $100,000 watch, regardless of its secondary value. I mean, you're not going to realize the value unless you sell it. So, and the point is to buy it and hold it and own it. So, so I'm very fortunate that a Chronometra Blue isn't, $70,000 or $100,000. I think by the time I get it, it'll be half that price. I'm sure because of inflation adjustments, the price of that watch will be about $35,000 by the time I go get it. I think it's at around 28 at the moment, 28,000. But I'd just definitely say that's my grail piece, that the blue Chronometra Blue, because of how hard it is to attain. And being that it's about 4 more years away for me, I want to say that it's probably going to be my last watch. It'll probably be very possibly be one of my last watches that I ever buy. I mean, I don't know how far I've already feel that I have enough watches and I don't need to buy any more. So I've said many times that all of the watches that I have currently allocated to me is pretty much all that I ever want. So I have 2 Speedmasters coming and 2 FP Jordan coming. That's 4 watches coming over the next 4 years, which is a huge dollar allocation commitment. And now I added a 5th watch to that for sure list, which is an Audemars Piguet. because I ran into them at the watch mall. Now I'm on a wait list for a jumbo and a Royal Oak. And it doesn't have to come this year or next year. I honestly don't mind when it comes. It doesn't matter to me. So if it comes in the next as long as it's one of the watches that comes in the next 4 or 5 years, then it's one of the watches that comes in the next 4 or 5 years. Doesn't matter to me which order they come in. I've already waited long enough to where there's several watches in the pipeline now, right? So you don't have to trip. You don't have to trip. If you're patient, time goes by, and if you really have an interest in certain watches and you put yourself there, then after after 3-4 years you come to realize that, holy crap, I'm on the wait list for 4 watches that people would just kill to have, and I'm going to be getting them all at retail, and they're the watches that I want anyway. So the way I've played the watch game has been pretty on point for me, because I've never gotten a watch. I've never not gotten a watch that I don't want. And I say that because all the timing of my watch buys have worked out with my financial uh, scenarios. A couple of years ago, I wouldn't have been able to buy an Aquanaut 5167 if those rotten bastards at Tourneau called me, where you should never shop. Tourneau's are just a piece of shit company. So, I wouldn't have been able to necessarily afford that. The money I would have used to put into that watch, doubled in its investments elsewhere. So, the Rolex OP41, I mean, don't give a shit about that watch. Just be frank and honest. I don't even care. They offered me a Tiffany and I turned it down. It's like, get me the watch I want without either put me on a list or get it, but I don't want to go back and forth with you about it. I'll give my money elsewhere. So, I've got plenty of Rolex. I don't need any more Rolex ever in my life. 7 Rolex is more than any man needs. 7 Rolex is more than 2 or 3 men need. You can allocate 7 Rolex over 3 motherfuckers. They don't need them. They don't need them all that. So yeah. So I think that the allocation game, the waitlist game, worked out really super for me. It's just going to work out. They're going to be spaced out quite appropriately. And now I've added AP to that list. I definitely see the Snoopy coming right away. And the Ed White's easy to picture out. I mean, because they said 2.5 years, and it's a real 2.5 years. It ain't like a bullshit 2.5 years. So it's done been a year past on that watch now already, because I bought it at the same time I bought my Snoopy. So I've got about 15 to 18 months out on the Ed White, if they were accurate with their 2.5 year wait list assessment. Snoopy will come in the next 6 months. Hopefully the Havana will come in the next 6 months. And then all we have to do is wait for the for that Ed White to come in. I'll tell you that Ed White will be something special. I haven't really talked about that much or divulged into to researching that watch much. I think we did a video on it just the very first day it came out. We went over it. Wow, you know what's remarkable is that this watch is $275,000. I want to say you could have bought this watch for about $100,000 a year ago. I want to say that. I might be wrong, but I do want to think that this watch was about $100,000 a year ago. This is the Dubai limited edition. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, where did they find that green, right? So different than this watch, isn't it? No doubt you have to like dark colors if you like this watch. Now that you look at the other color, that bright green really highlights how dark a chronometric blue is. It's almost black. As a matter of fact, it looks black in certain photos. You know, at some point, you got to just be happy. I mean, you got to be happy. How could you not be happy with ownership of a chronometric blue? You know? So it might not have all the bells and whistles and complications, but sometimes you just need to appreciate simple things. A simple 3-hand watch that doesn't even have a date window. It's got its own stamping here. You see that? Chrono Blue. Man, I've been busy selling a lot of my NFTs. I've sold quite a few NFTs during the Christmas week. I want to say I wired about $5,000 to my bank account from NFT sales. I bought a LeBron James. I bought a pack for $9 and pulled a LeBron James out of it. Sold it for $1,400. $3 card. Sold it for $1,400 a couple of days ago. Sold my Kevin Durant. My Kevin Durant cost me $250. I bought a $250 pack to get my Kevin Durant. I sold him for $750 last week. Tripled up on him. Just having fun with those, I guess. I'm side hustling, man. Side hustling. It's kind of fun. Ozzy Osbourne's coming out with an NFT. I'm trying to get a couple of those, but I'm a little too tired to work so hard on some of these new projects now. I'm surprised this Blueberry hasn't sold. The 40,000 ticket must be way too high, or maybe people don't like all the bite marks on the bracelet. on the end links. There's some nasty bite marks on the end links here. I'm assuming most everybody's going to be watching this recorded. As long as I keep it up. Because New Year's Eve, probably everybody's asleep from drinking, right? It's only 6 a.m. here in California, 9 a.m. on the East Coast. Can't imagine anybody's up but me. I haven't gone to fucking bed yet. Too much fucking pain to sleep. We'll try to go to sleep another hour. Let's see how much some crazy psycho paid for this Hulk. What do you think the ticket was on this Hulk? I'm going to say more than you've ever seen. That's going to be a wild guess. More than you've ever seen is going to be $24,600. Oh my God. Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I thought I was going to be overshooting it, man. I thought I was going to be overshooting it. No way. 26K. 26K. Oh my gosh. It's the same price as a Daytona used to be. Wow. Wow, that's some good money. That's some good money, boys. I'll tell you. I paid $9,800 for my Hulk. I paid more than that because I paid for the full service warranty plan. And then so I think I paid $10,300. I think that's what I paid, right? No, wait. 9,000 plus, wait. Retail out the door on this was 9,800, I think. With tax and everything. 98, that's right. 9,800, like 9,860. And then the warranty I got was like, I don't know, $500, $600. So I think I paid 10,350 is what I think I paid. Which the warranty came in handy for me because 2 months after I bought the watch, I dragged that freaking bezel across a rough stone wall at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach when I was there with my family. And I screwed up that bezel 3 months after I bought it. Mind you, I didn't have the warranty on the watch. I went back to my dealer and I said, bro, sell me that freaking warranty on the watch that I didn't buy, man. You know, I told him straight up. I said, look, if I pay for the bezel replacement, it's probably going to cost me the same or maybe even a little less than the warranty, to be honest. So I told him, see, I use that angle, right? Just to get the extra warranty for the extra few bucks. So I told him, I said, look, you might as well make the money on the warranty and fix my watch for me. And I'll pay a little bit extra for the warranty. I'll pay $350 to get my bezel replaced, but then I'll have a warranty, which actually worked out for me because what was it, about a year ago, when I was still under this warranty, because the warranty was 3 years. So 2 months before my warranty expired, I was replacing bracelets on this watch with my rubber B, and I was putting the bracelet back on this watch, and I was trying something different with the slide, and I accidentally took it apart too far, and I couldn't put it back together. I couldn't put the bracelet back together. All the little pieces popped out. And guess what? I went back. I went back to my AD under this warranty that I had bought, and he said, "Damn, you know what? That warranty's going to come in handy right now, boss." He said, "I'm just going to." He says, he called me up, and he said, "My guy couldn't fix it." He says, "My guy couldn't fix it. It's got to go back to Rolex." But he said, "But you're in luck, because that warranty we added to your watch, it's going to cover this too." It was like a no question warranty for everything, no matter even if I freaking took the damn watch apart. So, it definitely paid for itself. I just had to be without my Hulk for about a month. It was only about a month too. It wasn't that long. Maybe 3 weeks. It was quick. I just can't believe $26,000 here for this bad boy. I'll say something about that price. I'll say something about that price. As a watch aficionado, as a watch collector, and somebody that has watches. I own 7 Rolex. I own the 7 best Rolex, and amongst other watches. This is the watch I wear the most. This is the watch I wear the most. I wear this watch more than any other watch. As a matter of fact, for the year 2020, I only wore this watch, and I didn't wear any other watch. For that entire year, I only wore, was it this watch? And then the year prior, I wore my Daytona only. Remember, I went for a whole year wearing just my Daytona, and then I went for a whole year. So I think I went from April 2019 to April 2020 wearing my Daytona for a whole year, something like that, roughly. And then for the following year, that subsequent year, April 20 to April 21, I think I wore the Hulk only. And for the last 6 months now, I've just been alternating since the Hulk. So what I'm trying to say is that price it's justified, because that watch is that good. If somebody who owns 12 watches, I own 12 good watches, and I'm telling you, this is the one that I wear the most, then it makes sense. This watch is $26,000. It's a favorite watch amongst probably not just myself, probably amongst most people. So, and if you don't have it and you've been considering it, then you should know that it's like that good of a watch. It wears that well. It wears that well. It's the best wearing watch there is. You know what's interesting? Do you want to know what's actually really interesting? Is that when is the last time you've seen the new version of the Kermit for sale? You know what? I saw one of those in recent times, and the price on that was, I think it was around 18,000. So the price of the Hulk way surpassed that. Remember when they were in competition? But what's interesting to me is that I haven't seen the Hulk lately. I mean, not the Hulk, the Kermit, the new version of the Kermit lately. And one might say, that watch isn't hot or the price isn't keeping up with the Hulk or whatever. But you know what? I would disagree. That watch, if that watch is hanging out somewhere at about 15 grand, 16 grand, I would say that watch is probably undervalued. And yeah, you feel me on that one? On the new version Kermit. I'm not particularly fond of that watch at all, but I'm just telling you that if the price is still locked in around 15, 16, 17, 18, man, if you see one of those, you better swoop that son of a bitch up, because I'll guarantee you that watch is going to be, people are going to second step to that watch when they can't get the Hulk for 27,000. They'll be getting that watch for 22, 25. It'll get there. It'll get there. Damn, somebody bought that son of a bitch. The Mop Diamond. Wow. Meteorite dial. Mop with meteorite. Wow. You know, there is a watch that I want to get. There's actually still a number of watches I'd like to get. But there are some in particular that I want to get more than others. Should we go over those? And maybe if there's anybody watching, you guys got a couple you can spit out. But I've got a couple here that are on my list. So after I get all the watches I have allocated to me, right? And I said to you all, I'm not going to get anything else. I'm done. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily true, but I'm done getting the major watches that I want. So let's say I get all my pieces, right? What's going to be the next piece I want? Like, man, I'll tell you right which one I'll go to straight up, right? They don't even have it here. We'll go to the Rolex website. Let's see if there's any comments. Anybody's watching? Hey, fella, you know what? Go fuck yourself, dude. You're so full of shit. You're such a little bitch, fella. Honestly, you're such a little fucking bitch. You couldn't get a watch from that boutique if you suck dick, bro. You could go suck a dick and you're not going to get that watch, you fucking pussy. What's up, Bill? Happy New Year. Kevin O'Leary tried to get a watch from my boutique, the Chronometric Blue, and he can't even get it. So shut the fuck up, you asshole. The only way you can get is secondhand, unless you're on the fucking list. What's up, Watch and Pray? Very good, man. Yeah, me too, man. Man, I haven't even put in that. I've put in like $2,000. I've put in 2,600, I think. And yeah, I got like 8,000 I can cash out too. So I'm up about the same as you. Oh, you're up 5x. Oh shit. You're up 5x. Oh crap. You're up 15 grand. Whoa. Nice, dude. Yeah. Remember, I told you, man, those are the good watches to look out for. That's right. The Sea Dweller and the Deep Sea, man. Those were the sweet spots. Happy New Year, Thomas. You know, Thomas, you really should go hit up Archie Luxury about that entire day of donations and super chats that never got donated. I'm just saying, man, you really fucking should. It's fucking bullshit. The dude pocketed all that money. What an asshole. What a fucking asshole. Yeah, we like this champagne dial. We love it. Which version is this though? You know what though? This isn't the double quick set date though. So this is one of those watches that will frustrate you when you're setting it. And wow, 17,000. That's just wow. That's just incredibly expensive. You know, holy moly. You know, my president is 1989. Wait a minute. Is mine 1989 or 1999? Hold on a second. Think. Mine's a 1999. Mine's the last year of the double quick set date, 36 millimeter, before they went to the man, mine's a 1999. So mine is 16 years younger. And just to give you an idea, I have the better dial. Well, okay. I'll have to give bonuses to this dial because it's got the tritium pips. You see that? I could see that being a desirable notion. For sure. You see the tritium pips. But man, I mean, I paid 11 and a half. I paid 11 and a half, and mine's in remarkable condition. Oh, I didn't have box and papers though. Wow, you don't see these old presidents often with these full kits like this, you know? Oh wait, that's just service paperwork? I'm not sure. Let me see. That looks like just service paperwork anyway. What happened to Decon? Where's Decon been at? Decon usually comments on every stream, and I haven't seen him in a long time. Hope Decon's okay. Anybody seen Decon anywhere? the inventory is pretty low. I'm surprised a lot of these didn't move for Christmas. They're definitely at their highest peak price. That's for sure. So you see 13.9. I mean, I don't know. So what's this watch go for normally? Let me go to the Rolex site and find out. Let's go and find out. Let's go and find out what Rolex is all about. What are we looking for again? Holy cramoly. We're looking for Sea Dweller to see what the retail on that puppy is, plus tax, versus buying it now in the second market. And because I think it's a good deal. Now, remember, this is the newer version here. But here, hold on a second. 44 millimeter, right? What year was that one? We'll have to go see. Because I don't know. We'll have to discuss that. Slide locks, bracelet, da-da-da-da-da. Did it change? Did it not change over the last couple of years? Da-da-da. Well, let's see if we can. But right now, we're looking at 13.8. 44 millimeter, 13.8. All right. Does anybody know offhand if these have the new bracelets? New, if these were changed at all? Were the clasps changed at all in the last 3 years or not on these Rolex Deep Seas versus ones that are maybe 3 or 4 years old? Now let's go back to the other one, 13.8. So this is 13.8, and we're looking at 13.8. So it's the same price. You're saving the taxes. You see what I mean? But now this is dated March 2013. So look, I want to reiterate, I'm fairly certain there were some clasp changes made on this watch subsequent to 2013. Fairly certain. But it's not like there's anything wrong with the clasp from 2013. All right, there's nothing wrong at all with any. These are still modern clasps. These were still the modern clasps. They're just trying to still continuously improve them. So again, I'm not 100% sure, but I think there is an improvement on the clasp since this model. But look, man, do you understand that my 2012 Submariner date is going for more than this watch? My 2012 Submariner date is going for more than this watch. Put that into perspective, and this is a Sea Dweller. So I still think these are a sweet spot right now. This is the best priced Rolex that's not appreciated. The least appreciated Rolex sweet spot. This James Cameron, and it's becoming less and less of a sweet spot each time we talk about it. It's certainly much less attractive than it was when Bud and I were talking about this about 5 weeks ago, right? 5 weeks makes a big difference in this game. Yet it still looks like a good deal, doesn't it? Hey, what's up, Barry? Perfect, man. See, Barry just got the Red Line Sea Dweller 2 weeks ago. Paid about 12.5 for it. And NQM says there's no changes in the clasp, just the bracelet went to 22 millimeter instead of 21 millimeter on the newer version. There you go. See, I knew there was something a little bit different, and that's even less of a difference than we thought possible. So the fact that the clasp is the same and there's no changes just kind of makes it a winner chicken dinner tofu if you're vegan. That guy's a lunatic. I watch a crypto channel, and the guy says that all the time. Winner chicken dinner tofu if you're vegan. And the guy's a crazy guy. He's got like 5 split personalities, and he portrays them all on air with different characters. It's kind of funny. The new one has a Cyclops, which is why we want the old one. Exactly. Thank you, Barry. The new one has the Cyclops. Happy New Year, Barry. Which is why we want the old one. Exactly. We always want different. We always want discontinued. We always want what we don't have in our collection. And every single dated watch in my Rolex collection has a Cyclops. It'd be really cool to have one that doesn't have a Cyclops. I don't know about you guys, but that damn Cyclops makes it so I can't tell the damn date. I don't think it's that great of an innovation. It makes it blurry from all different directions. You have to like look right on at it, and even still, it's the number's still crowded in blur. Is it just me, or am I right? Doesn't the Cyclops freaking blur the date? It does blur the date. That's how it makes it bigger. That's how it magnifies it, right? So I guess it has to be somewhat a little bit blurry. And what'd you guys do for New Year's Eve, huh? No, it's not Crypto Kirby. I've never heard of Crypto Kirby. Who's that? It's Jordan Cameron. Well, congratulations, Barry. Merry Christmas on that Red Line Sea Dweller you just picked up. EPFRA, what's up, man? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Epirefa. What the heck does Epirefa? What is that, man? Why do you make something so we can't even say your name, bro? Bro, what is EPRFA? Is that how you? What? Anyway, hello. The gold day date is getting forgotten in the midst of all the steel sports. Man, I don't think it's getting forgotten though, Mr. Burnett. That damn price doesn't reflect that it's been forgotten. Those things have gone through the roof. It's wild. It's wild. Usually Rich Buddy makes bad financial decisions when he buys toys and garbage and shit like that, and it just so happens that everybody who was laughing at me, thinking I'm an idiot buying watches all these years, all my family members, everybody who thought I was just a nutball, like, what are you, Bill Gates? What are you, Warren Buffett? You can afford all these Rolexes? We know how much you make. You don't make enough money to really afford those. Man, your back is broken. You're buying these watches. Man, I got a lot of critics. I got a lot of critics, and I don't know. I other than crypto, the watches have been my best investment, probably ever. other than crypto. I'm a pretty conservative guy. At least I used to be. I always invested in very conservative equities, real conservative shit. But yeah, like I'm glad I got the damn I'm glad I got the damn day date when I did. Lucian, what's up, man? Well, fella, it sure seemed like you were trying to be annoying, man. You did the same shit last time you were on here. And no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to talk to anybody else because that would be disrespecting the person I'm dealing with, making him look like a chump. And I'm a patient person. No, I didn't see a Rolex price increase that happened today. Really? Let's see. Let me see. What am I going to remember? What price am I going to remember to be able to distinguish? I think we just looked at Explorers with Clivers the other day, and we were looking at these prices. They went up, right? They went up then. 7,200. This was 6,850. Right, Watch Army? This was 6,850 last week when we were on here with Clivers, right? You know what? I might want to. I might check. I can check. Let me check. Clivers was on which show? Clivers was last on 4 days ago. Let me see if I can find that watch. I'm searching for it on another screen now. There we go. Okay. Okay, well, let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Here, look. Okay, look at this one. 11,150. He's right. He's right. Wow. Whoa, they hiked. Look at 11,150, and here's the price of it 4 days ago. Okay, here, let me put this on the screen because I got short-term memory problems. So that's the price today. Now, let's go to the stream with Clivers and look at the price 4 days ago. There it is. 10,800. 4 days ago, it was 10,800. Wow. That's like what, 3%? What is that? That was a COLA adjustment, huh? 3%. . 10,800. %3. 3% cola. Well, there you go. Oh, 10% on Rolex steel. Whoa. Wow, baby. That's nasty. Well, I mean, they needed to do it. I mean, look how much the stuff's going for. I mean, you know what? Does it matter? Does it matter? You know, 10,008 or 11,3, and it really doesn't matter. It's so little of a difference compared to how much they go in the aftermarket. But that's significant though still 10%. Shit. That's big. Nice. Man, I want that two-tone Explorer. We were just talking about that 4 days ago. I want this watch. Congratulations. I want this watch, yeah. No, I'm not doing so well, fella. I'm not doing good at all, bro. And I appreciate you saying that, but and I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but it did feel like you were jumping all over me, dude. Or trying to dig on me. Last time too, you were saying something about that watch. But it's like I just told you I inquired about it and he told me that I'm not going to be getting it. But I'm on the list for an AP now. I'm on the list for an AP now. So hopefully I get one of those. There I am right there in front of the AP store. There's proof I was there at AP. There's proof that the boutique exists. There's Rich Buddy right there in front of the AP boutique. I couldn't believe it. I had to take a photo and look at it. So when I got home, I could pinch myself and say, dude, were you really there? I was there. And that does say Audemars Piguet. It doesn't say Piaget. At first, when I took a picture, only the Piaget showed, the Piguet showed, and I said, oh man, people might confuse that with Piaget, so I better take the Audemars part picture again. And they didn't even have a single watch in that boutique. They didn't even have one watch, not even for display. It was just all show. And there's a line there. There was a line with a couple of people, and just to go in and put your interest card in, you know. So, you know, they had a couple of counters, but you see they're empty. They had a couple of counters, but they didn't even have I asked if there was even a single watch I could try just for fun, and they didn't even have a single watch just to try. What a bummer, you know. I was hoping I could at least hang out and try on a Royal Oak. Damn, why not? Why didn't they even have any? So she said that it was going to be a little bit of time before they get some watches in that place because it's a new boutique and they're going to treat them like, in a way, she said that they're going to get treated like scum until for a while. So she said to be patient and my day will come. My kingdom come, my day will come. I'll tell you what, man, I'm ready to go back to Hawaii. I'm ready to go back to Hawaii. %10 hike. So let's take a look at what the infamous Daytona is running us now. Let's you know what, I want to change something here. Where is I gotta stop screens. Hold on. Oops. Damn, Rolex price hike, huh? Right. Whoa. Whoa. 14.5. Whoa. Wow. And I just want to look at a sub date now. How about just a regular old sub date? That's what we really want to look at. $89.50 for a sub. $10.1 for a sub date. There you go. Rolex is in. What else can I tell you, man? Rolex is in. Congratulations to all of you owners of many Rolex pieces, congratulations to all of us. All of our watches just appreciated overnight by 10%. Have no doubt this affected the aftermarket price. It's going to be reflected. Have no doubt it's going to be reflected. Rolex bumped it up. Everybody's bumped it up. Without a doubt. You know, everything that I want from Rolex is in the secondary market already. You know, I'd like to get that old Sky Dweller one day, the white gold with the black leather, the black crocodile strap. Um, um, God, I mean, is there anything else I really want from Rolex? I can't even think of anything, to be honest. I mean, fortunately, the only kind of Rolex I'm kind of interested in are the ones that are inexpensive now at this point. You know, a Rolex OP, a Rolex Explorer, even a Datejust that I'm interested in. Right, I'm interested in this one. This is. I always thought this was going to be my first Rolex, and after I got my first, I always thought this would be my second. And after I got my second, I always thought this would be my third. This was the first watch on my radar ever when it came to a luxury watch, and I still want it. It still has some design elements that lack in all my other Rolexes. I don't have a fluted bezeled Rolex. I don't have a Jubilee braceleted Rolex. I don't have a Datejust. And I like this one a lot. But again, like I said, so the price. So at least I'm not. At least the Rolex is left to get in my chalk list is. I'm not gonna get hit for below the waist on the prices anymore. Where are these at? And I would want the 41. I would want the 41. Oh man, you know what? That seems more than 3% to me. I think this one went up 10%. Whoa, that's expensive. This is expensive. 13.5? I don't remember that ever being 13.5. That's a lot. So that went up. I think that went up a considerable amount too. That must have gone up 10%. I don't think that's just a 3% hike. Well, hey, I might have. Oh, wait, is this the diamond? No, it's not even the diamond. Well, I guess I was wrong about that. If I want this, I'm paying. They axed me on this one too, man. I'm gonna get that. Oh, for sure. Because we thought 13.5 would be with the diamonds. 13.5 would be. So now it's just. The 36. Wow. The 36 is 12,000. Well, I think it was more than 3% on some of these. Or I mean, I know you're saying 10% on the sports steel, but I think they did 10% on some of these dress watches too. Because I don't think these were $12,000, man. These were 10 something. These were 10.8. These were 10.8. Oh man. Hey. Wow. Nuts. I mean, 18,000 for a sky dweller seems reasonable considering the complications you're getting. $46,750. I don't remember the pricing on some of these. But man, that 46,750, that's, I mean, if you look back on any of my videos where we go over these prices 3 or 4 years ago, your jaw will drop. Your jaw will drop because the list price on a Sky Dweller 4 years ago on one of my videos, it's just gonna be mind boggling to see even what the retail price has gone from what to what. 'Cause I'm fairly certain these were in the 30s. These were like 36, 30, 34, 36, and now they're listed for 47. This is the watch. After I get all my watches, this is the one I want. I want one of these moons. I want a Cellini moon phase. I just wish they had it in a black dial. I don't think they do. I really like the one that has the date. This is like my favorite one, but I really want the date. I really want that moon. And what were they charging for this thing? Was it? Man, that's not bad. $18,000 isn't bad. What about the moon? The moon costs significantly more. 27. Honestly, the Cellini price isn't bad. It's cheaper than a Patek. Remember, the moon is in the moon is made out of meteorite. I don't think there's anything to configure. It just is. This is the only option right here. Blue enamel disc. Yeah, that's the detail. in particular that I like on this watch. The reason why I want it. I think they I think they've constructed one of the most beautiful moon phases on any watch. Usually Jaeger-LeCoultre is the master at moon phases, but they really knocked it out of the park with this one. You know, it it's that blue, it's the blue enamel, the enameled disc, and the meteorite upon it. What a great combination. They really just that just really knocks it out of the park. It looks really good. They really picked a nice piece of meteorite for this one too. But I think this is I think these are underappreciated. These Rolex in particular. Look how pretty this is. Look how fine the detail is, and they, I mean, this is just as good as any top tiered watch. So I'm not sure why they're not as popular as I think they should be. It's got a great date function too. Just goes all around the dial. So that's crazy that the prices went up so much. Wow. Brown alligator strap. Oh, it's rose gold. And I don't think there's any option. It's just rose gold. That's it. This one's 39 millimeter fries with mayo, if you're asking. You agree on the Kermit? You think it's undervalued too? Yeah. Yeah, it's a perfect size, isn't it? 39 millimeter? Perfect size. They sold a Hulk for 95,000 on Phillips auction 3 weeks ago. I know, I saw that. What's that about? And around 55,000 Sotheby's 2 weeks ago. I don't understand that. So, was there something special about that Hulk? I saw somewhere, I saw news about that Hulk at 95,000, and I just skipped over it. But just like, why would somebody pay that for that? I mean, it had to have some provenance, didn't it? Was it owned by somebody or something? Do you think the Hulk will be over 40,000 the year end? Yeah, it probably is a. It probably is a. Hey, what's up, Clam? What's up, Clam? What's up, Lucian? Happy New Year. Yeah, the second hand on sports steel is going to go up a little bit more. Exactly. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you, man. I lost my foot. I lost my hip. I lost my back. And dude, I've even got a spinal fusion in my neck. You know, I got a piece of titanium in my neck, and now my arms are going on me. Now I got carpal. It appears that I might have carpal tunnel in both my arms, and I've just lost it, man. I don't know what to do. There's no way for me to sleep. I'm wrecked. You know, the moon, what's the moon phase doing on the secondary? You know what? I don't think there's that many of them. There's been a couple that have come up on Euro Watch Company, and they were good deals. I mean, like a few $1,000 less than retail, and you know, you're beating the tax. So that's the best I seen, but that was also a long time ago. Um, I haven't seen any of these damn things. You know, there's probably so few of them on the market, and I think the people who buy them probably buy them because they really like them. I mean, you see more 5196 Paddocks get flipped on the market than you do Rolex Cellinis, right? So I don't know. I don't know if there I don't think there's much of a let me take a look at what's that site called? Chrono. Let me look at Rolex Cellini. Cellini. The Rolex Cellini. Arrivederci. There you go. You see? There's none here. There's just one. There's just one. 26K for a brand new one. What were they going for? 28? Just like I said, a couple of thousand below retail. There you go. Just like I said, a couple of thousand below retail. So you can save yourself the tax. I mean, to be honest, it's one of those decisions you got to make. I'd be on the borderline with it. I might get it from my dealer just to get it from my dealer to spend money there, just to go towards a better Rolex relationship in the future. So for me, I might spend 30 grand. I might spend the extra 4 grand on the watch just to make those people some money. Maybe I can get something else. But there you go. Where's this guy at? Sky Diamonds. Sky Diamonds in oh, did those suckers at Chrono 24 get rid of the dealer name again? Look, they did it again. They hid the seller information so you can't call behind their back. Uh-huh. Did they? Seller. Oh no, here it is. Because if you ever buy from here, you don't ever want to buy through here. You want to contact the seller, and you can't mention you saw the watch here. You just tell them you were referred by a friend. So these guys are in. Oh, wait a minute. They did get rid of it. So they make you Google it now. Wait. More about seller. Oh, there's the information. There's the info. So that's good. You can still get the info. Let's go to their website. Let's check out their website. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, let's check out AP. Let's see what they got. $1.3 million. $790,000. Here's the green one. I know Bud would want this watch. $465,000. That's the best pictures they got. They don't have really good pictures here. In stock. Wow. If I'm buying this watch for $465,000, man, you're gonna that sales rep is gonna get on an airplane, fly their ass here to California, and bring it to me. I'll tell you that much. If you spend that much money on one of these watches, make them fly it to you on their tab. That one's hot right here. This one right here. Bam, right there. That's the freaking that. Bam, right there. Right there. That's like the extra thin jumbo tourbillon watch. Wow. This one too. Which one? This one or this one? One of them is the newer version, I think. No, these are both the same. No way. That chronograph's not going for 200K, is it? Oh my God. Damn, I think Bud had one of these chronographs and he sold it. Shit. Sorry, Bud. I was one of the people he asked if he should hold or sell it, and I told him to get rid of it. Goddamn watch doubled. Holy crap. Man, do they have this much AP in stock here, or this is just like a list of what they can try to get you? What does that mean right here? Look, AP Royal Oak Self-Winding QE2 Cup 2017 limited edition. Did the bankers have a quantitative easing competition? Who could print the most money? Oh man. And you know that the Royal Oaks are fun. They're all good looking watches. The frosted ones are hot. I've never seen one of those in person. I wonder what they look like. Wow. There you go, boys. So that's the new Royal Oak version. Wait a minute, is it? No, it says 37 millimeter. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, that's the 37 millimeter. That's not even the 15500. Oh my God. You know what? Let me go back to European Watch Company because I don't know how realistic these prices are. Let me see if they've got any AP listed. Now I'm going to start looking at AP again because now that I'm on the AP customer list, now I'm going to start looking at APs again. Whoa, and this is all they've got. That's all they've got. You know what? I kind of like this one here. It looks like it's got, whoa, 260,000. No wonder why I like it. It comes with 2 dials too. Look at that. I like that. Look at that annual calendar. Wow, very limited stock. Unbelievable limited amount of stock. Crazy. Man, that just tells you beyond how beyond hot AP is, even more than Rolex or anything then. That just tells you. I mean, look, this is what you're seeing here, the lack of is a combination effort of buyers buying and lack of sellers. Wow. That's incredible. That's remarkable. So at this point, like if you're serious or really wanting to get a watch, you got to try to intercept them when they're coming in. So you got to look at the incoming category here and call them and tell them, "Hey, I might want that watch. Please put it on hold for me while I think about it a day or two. And how much is it?" And try to negotiate it before it goes to their for sale screen. You gotta hit these incomings. The vampire. This is an offshore 42 millimeter. That's not too big. I'm not so sure if I'm opposed to an offshore. I've always been against the offshore for myself personally because of the large size. But when you see one like this, I mean, this is a pretty watch. And then it says 42 millimeter. Maybe it isn't too big for me. Besides the fact that I don't like the subdial configuration because it reminds me of a Valjoux 7750. So I'll pass on a watch like this, especially just for that reason. But that's a pretty good reason to pass it up. But maybe I should consider an offshore. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I mean, they're awfully popular. Look at like this one's really pretty. Again, it's got that damn 7750 model layout, and I don't like that. So I'd rather get it where the chronograph is where the chronograph subdials where the date's at, that configuration. Like this. So this is the configuration we wanted in an AP. Yeah, for sure. You want this configuration in an AP. You don't want the other one. And if you can do without the date, you want to do without the date. That's me personally. I don't like dates. And if I can get it without the date, that's one less um, mechanism to get broken. I kind of like this one. This is a Royal Oak chronograph. Wow, this is pretty. Wow. Now you see on the newer versions again. Uh, I wish they didn't go. I wish they didn't cut the waffle dial short. You know, but when it comes to using that space that they gave up, they have to do a good job using that space. Now, in a couple of my streams past, we looked at different use cases where they did they put really poor efforts in that minute track on some of the other watches we've looked at, really doing the watches a misjustice. In this case here, however, it looks as though they've done it proper. So this watch has a chronograph function, hence it has a utility in the second track that's going around the dial. Okay. It justifies the cutting off, the shortening of that waffle dial to insert that second track utility being used for this chronograph function. Why AP? Why in the hell on a Royal Oak that doesn't have a chronograph function? Why would you cut short the waffle dial to the second track when we aren't interested in the second track because we're not keeping track of the time in the same way? You guys, you follow me? Bam, there it is. There it is. There was a time to get rid of that minute track. There's a time to get rid of the waffle dial, and there was a time to keep it. Um, just like that song goes, uh, there's a time for this and there's a time for that, right? They did a great job with this dial. It just blows me away that they should have put. So they don't have any other Royal Oaks to look at. But yeah. It almost makes me want to go to a chronograph Royal Oak instead of the Royal Oak I've told them that I'm interested to be waitlisted for, because I feel like the Royal Oak is a flawed design now in that part of the dial. However, it's not flawed in the chronograph version of this because they've utilized that empty space. So I feel like this is the better version of the watch now. You know what I mean? Whether, even if you don't like a chronograph, even if you don't want a chronograph or like the chronograph, it still stands. This is the better version of the watch because it's the only variant that makes sense of having the waffle dial cut short. You have the AP Chrono one in steel, silver dial, so fragile, had problems with it 2 times with the movement and pushers, don't wear them anymore. Gotcha. And I've heard that. We've heard that a little bit over all the years we've been talking watches. We've heard that from people more often than we want to hear about that. And that's exactly why I mentioned earlier that might as well get the chronograph version without a date. One less mechanical function to break on you if you're not needing it. So yeah, touche to that, Watch Army. I agree with you on that one. Well, and that's and I'm just looking for a simple Royal Oak. So hopefully it doesn't give me any heartache once and if I ever get it. A few dealers that don't buy the offshores and the divers because they're so hard to sell. You think so? They're much more plentiful. I mean, the only reason I would think they're so hard to sell is because they're not cheap watches. You got to figure any offshore diver, they're all $25,000. They're all $25,000. That's the average price for one of these things, for one of these AP divers offshores. When you go to Rolex, even in the secondary market, as inflated as they are, you're not paying $25,000 for anything. I mean, we don't need to go into discontinued. We don't need to go into solid gold. We're just talking, there's a lot more in the Rolex space in the $15,000 range than there is no AP in the $15,000 range, right? So I just think that they probably have a harder time selling them because it's that much more expensive of a watch. I mean, it's significantly more money. I remember all the years I shopped for watches, And look, let's be frank and honest. My price budget on watches has always been, you know, the 10, the, the 10 to 20,000 range. And that's it. Never more than that. The 10 to 20,000 range. It's only my FP Journe purchase that's now taking me for the first time to the $40,000 level. But other than that, man, I've always capped out my watch purchases, you know, for the most part at 15 grand, right? And even when you spend 15, 20,000 on a watch, you're second guessing yourself. You really are second guessing yourself, man. This is a lot of money. It is a lot of money. And I've looked at $25,000 watches at the same time I was pulling the trigger on $15,000 watches. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not going to bullshit and lie to you. It's a lot harder to pull the trigger on a $25,000 watch. You easily sell yourself on the $15,000 watch and walk out with that one. Trust me on that one, without a doubt. That extra 10 grand, that's a lot of money. That's a whole nother watch you can buy a year or two later from now. That's a whole lot of watch buying. So again, what we're trying to say is that a Royal Oak offshore at $25,000, $30,000 normal average price, those cannot be easy pieces to move. And another reason why they're probably hard to move also, I'll tell you, there's so many variants of that watch. The Vampire, the Schwarzenegger, there's so many variants of that watch. People can shop too much for that watch and drive the sales guy nuts. Imagine how many looky-loos you're going to get on an offshore shopper, because there's 1,000 variants of that watch, color dials, Roman numerals, names, just so many different variants, different configurations of the chronograph subdials, this and that. So you're leaving the buyer with so many choices. He can't make a decision, especially at $25,000. The dude ain't going to pull the trigger. That watch is going to sit there for a lot longer. That's the psyche behind an AP offshore diver sitting on the freaking shelf right there. And I always pass them up because, dude, I don't know if I can wear a 45 millimeter watch. And I know Bud has tried an AP offshore before, and he had to get rid of it because it was too big. But yeah, man, it's a lot of money for that watch, I think. Now, so when you look at like now a Royal Oak, on the other hand, the Royal Oak is more money, but guess what? The amount of variants, the different references in the Royal Oak are few and far between, man. Right? All you can choose is dial colors, right? White, silver, blue, and black. That's your only choices on a Royal Oak for the most part. Like, I know, yeah, you got the chronograph here, right? But when somebody's looking for a Royal Oak, there's just those few versions and a few chronograph versions. There's not that many out there for the demand that there is. Those things get swooped up in an instant because the demand and the lack of references, it doesn't give people choices to decide. They just all get bought. The Rose Parade starts in 30 minutes. So I'm going to cut the show. I'm going to cut the show in 25 minutes so I can My kids are probably getting up right now to watch the Rose Parade. Man, I can't believe I haven't slept. I pulled an all-nighter, man. All I had was one glass of champagne last night. Yes, yes. Just like the Omega Speedmaster limited editions. Too many choices. Too many limited editions, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that, yeah, they're huge and bulky. That's right. Well, I mean, in the United States, there's a lot of big men here, man. Men are 6 foot. My son, my 10-year-old, the doctor told us to be ready. Like my 10-year-old has got a little bit of meat on him. He got a little bit of gut on him. Man, the doctor said, man, don't stop him. Let him be. The dude's gonna be over 7 foot. The dude's gonna be 7 foot. He said the dude's gonna be touching 7 foot. He said for sure he's gonna be 6'5", at least 6'5". He said he's gonna be a football player, man, massive. He said, let the dude eat. So when my kid's 25 years old, man, he'll probably want to bust one of these offshores. I could see that. He's gonna have a big fist. So in the United States, there's a market for these probably, but I bet you in Europe and in Asia, they probably don't even ship any of those there. Huh? Look, do you think anybody in Asia wears an offshore diver at all? Even in the slightest? Yeah. No, I know. I agree with you on that 100%. I know it does for sure. 41 AP Royal Oak wears like a 43 because of the big case. Yeah. Oh, you mean Royal Oak or offshore? I think you mean the offshore, right? What's up, fella? Do I ever consider consolidating some of my stuff into one big piece? I thought about that. I thought about doing that. You know, I talked about that when I was thinking about it, about a year and a half ago. I thought about consolidating to the 5320 or something. But I just decided, after really looking at each watch and what I have, there's no way I could sell any of them. It was even hard to sell you that Daytona that I sold you, man. Regardless of what I did with the money, and I kept my money at pace with how much that watch went up, and regardless, I can go rebuy it or this or that. It just there's something about selling a watch. I don't think it sits well with me. I wasn't gonna do nothing with that watch anyway, man. What was I gonna do? I can't wear it. For me, that was a safe queen. And no, I mean, I like having the choices. I like having several watches to go to and to pick from. I didn't realize how much that played a part in watch collecting. I mean, that's fun. And it took a number of years to get everything, and now you get to enjoy it. And everybody else is speculating on the stuff, and you don't need to do that anymore. You can just pick which one you want out and wear it. And to me, once I get that Havana, fella, to me that's a big enough piece. Like you say into one big piece.
I feel like I'm getting that one big piece without having to sell anything. That, for me, that's my one big piece. The FP Journe. It doesn't have to have all these wonderful complications on it. It really goes to just the marquee and who's made that watch. You know, Carl Vutenlanen, Grubel Forsey, Francois Paul Journe. It all comes down now to that Grail watch being made by a master watchsmith, you know? And that's going to be where the joy comes from in wearing my Grails now, which is definitely, without a doubt, going to be the Havana Chronometra Sovereign, and followed by the Chronometra Blue. There's just no doubt. I mean, a Patek's just a Patek, to be honest. Patek Philippe is he's no longer alive. Patek and Philippe. Those guys are no longer alive. All the original watchmakers are gone. So to have a watch made by Journe or Vutenlanen or one of them guys that's still around, one of the greats, Roger Smith, to have a watch that's made by one of them right now while they're still around making watches, I mean, that's like getting a Picasso while Picasso's still alive. I mean, that's true appreciation right there. That's, now we've come to another level, you know? Because we've gotten enough watches to enjoy. What else can we appreciate now? That's where I'm at. We've gotten plenty of bling bling watches. We got all the different colors, green, blue, we got all the GMTs, the chronographs, all that stuff we need. Check mark, check mark, check mark. Now it's just a time, once you have your collection built after a dozen years or more, 12 years, 20 years, however long it took you to build your collection, now comes the time to appreciate it. And I'm not chasing watches anymore. Yeah, I've got a few on my list here and there, but you don't see me going crazy buying stuff left and right, trying crazy, asking people, can you help me get this? Can you help me get that? I haven't done any of that. I've gone patiently, gone on a wait list here, gone on a wait list there, and then go home. And I'm not putting my tail between my legs. I'm just going home. I'm going home and I'm appreciating the watches I have. I'm enjoying them. And this is something that I don't think I necessarily did in all of these prior years. In my watch journey, I was journeying. But now, for the first time in my life, I'm just kind of kicking back. And I'm not in that rat race. So things look different to me now. I'm not in that rat race. So rather than seeing my kids smile on the way out the door, I sit there. I can sit there, and not that I have a choice, man. Not that I wouldn't want to run out and work. I still try to, mind you. I don't tell you guys everything that I do, but I still try to work. I just not very successful at it. But things are different. So I appreciate things longer and more. Just trying to say, man, I'm starting to appreciate my watches unlike ever before. So now that I got into that kind of level of just, I finally can sit and look at my watch box and take the time and like, what do I want to wear just for fun? And, because before I was just wearing a watch for 1 year at a time. and not changing them out. So now I think I can have a newfound appreciation for the watchmaker and a new level of watches, something to entertain me a little further than where I'm at in my watch collection, and that's with the higher horology. Yeah, there might come a time that that I might sell one or two or three of my other watches to move into another piece. I don't think I would do like a whole flip. I don't think I would do a whole flip. And it still would be really hard to get rid of whatever I've got. Every piece is, you know, how do you get rid of a Hulk? You don't. How do you get rid of a Batman? You don't. Do you sell your day date? You don't ever sell your day date. Do you ever sell your Daytona? Well, if you have more than one, sure. My last Daytona, no, I don't sell it. I mean, that's 4 Rolex right there that I just spit it out right now. 4 Rolex that you will never ever sell. And then I got the vintage 1016. I mean, what's the point in selling that? I don't remember what my other two are, but I'm sure the other two. Oh, the black sub date, my first Rolex, and it's a Submariner, and then my bluesy. So I have 7 Rolex that I am undeniably attached to that I will never sell. 7. So then you go to my other watches. There just isn't anything for me to sell, fella. You got the only watch that I needed to sell, the extra Daytona, which I sold to you for 16,000, and it went to, and it's now 36,000, man. Congratulations. Man, you know I paid 14,500 for that watch, I think. Wow. That's kind of mind-blowing to think that it wasn't even that long ago. I paid 14,000, just over 14K for that Daytona. That is mind-blowing. It would have been fun to just buy like 20 of those things if we knew they were just going to go up so much. Just to buy 20 of them, just like 20 stock shares. Just, it would have been fun. It would have been fun for sure. But yeah. And it's hard to say what that one piece would be if I did a flip like that. Would it be a Patek? Would it be another FP Journe? I don't think there's any other 2 brands I would consider for a big play like that. It would either be FP Journe or Patek Philippe. Unfortunately, the Lange Datograph, that beast has come and gone for me, because once I saw that watch at 44,000, 43,000, there's just no way I can ever bring myself to pay double what the bottom floor was for that price, for that watch now, because that watch is double that bottom floor price now. They don't even have any here for sale. But unfortunately, dang, and that's good. That without any doubt is going to be my biggest watch regret, is not buying the Datograph. There's no doubt. And if any of you were thinking about buying it and you didn't buy it either at 43,000, I'm just letting you know you can be sour along with me. That is and will be your greatest watch mistake of not buying in the history of your watch collecting career, not buying a datograph at 43,000. Yep. So the Pasadena Rose Parade is going to be on in a few minutes. I've always liked this watch too. All right, I think I'm spent. It was nice chatting with you guys this morning for sure. Fella, Watch Army, Vince, Clam, Fries with Mayo, Lucian, Happy New Year. And Bill, Ray, Barry, Thomas, Gaza, Ephra, everybody. Watch and pray. People with initials. It was nice singing and yanging with you. I'm going to finish this cigarette here for a minute in my Gatorade. New Year's Day today, don't work. Relax, enjoy yourself. I'm going to watch the kids play with their presents today. Probably play some games with them, some board games. Kill that white screen. That white screen is kind of gnarly. This is what they have incoming. That's a crazy looking Jorn right here. There's a Zeitwerk. That's an interesting looking watch. I've seen that before. Couple of $1 million Jorns. That's a very pretty new reference from Patek Philippe. Look at this. This is one of the newest references from Patek Philippe right here. And this is one of their prettiest releases. There's one for you, fella. Get that son of a bitch right here, man. Get this. That is sick. How they combined the day, month, day all together like that with no break. That is just sick. And to top it off, they've got my favorite leap year type indicator where it's the white spot 1, 2, 3 red, and my favorite AM PM indicator, the white spot on the left. And it has the 9.6 case, my favorite case, the only case I like, besides the triple tiered Patek's. They just killed it with this, man. That those indicators there are just, they just killed it. This is where I'd consolidate if I was going to consolidate to like one watch, man. This would be something like this. You know? It would be this. Look at that. Holy crap. That's it right there, man. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's platinum. Oh, that's platinum. It's a platinum watch. I wonder how much these are. 75? What do you think these are? 75? 95? These are probably 75, 85. This is platinum, so it might be more. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, that could go like best new release of 2021. I think I said that last time I saw that watch. Oh, they don't even have that many incoming. It's interesting that where does someone pick up a 5236P and want to get rid of it? Like, why is somebody getting rid of it? Did they buy that? Did they couple that with another piece? And now they're getting rid of this piece? Did somebody make them buy this in order to get an Aquanaut or a Nautilus? Did they have to buy 3 watches? Why would you buy this and get rid of it? Man, I got to tell you, I love looking at watches, and I love critiquing their best features and their worst features. I love it. I enjoy watches so much that all of their little tricks and features and looks intrigue me enough to where I could spend freaking hours on end talking about them and identifying all their little quirks and differences. And part of the allure to them is that they are so expensive, and they are such high tier luxury products. That's definitely part of the allure. Part of the frustration is that you can't just buy everything that you want because they are so expensive. It's one of those things, you know. It's definitely they're definitely a lot of fun to talk about. I can imagine someone who isn't into watches wouldn't even be able to handle 3 minutes of this shit, to be quite honest. Maybe even 2 minutes or a minute. Right? All right. Time for the Rose Parade. Peace out. See you.